Hello everyone, Stakuya here, and welcome to Arms Against Tyranny. Now I know a number of these videos are going up at the same time, so guys, let me go ahead and explain exactly what it is that is going on. As you can probably see right now, the footage that is behind me right here is not something that is a game that I am playing live currently. I'm going to be commentating and explaining what is going on. This is live footage, or rather footage from a live multiplayer game that myself as well as 7 other creators made when we were in Stockholm, Sweden this past month, specifically to play Arms Against Tyranny early. And I was able to turn that into a video for you here today. Now, just as a heads up when you're watching this, the audio is not necessarily the best because the only audio system they had was literally a headset that does not necessarily sound great, so I'm going to be commentating and explaining things while this is going on. But I've talked too much, let's go ahead and jump into this.
Oh boy.
So here's the setup from the very beginning. Here are the players that were joining us, or at least some of them that showed back. We had feedback on Germany. We had myself on Sweden. We had Taureor playing as the Soviet Union, Lathe social streamers as the Netherlands, which was a very interesting thing. And the way that we had this whole thing set up, just so that everyone understands, is that for the multiplayer game, we were going to have the 2 baddies. We were going to have the Soviet Union and Germany team up to take down every other player that was playing as the Nordic countries, along with Britain, of course, to try and help supply them. And as for how I feel about this, well...
Oh shoot, wait, it started?
And I know that I'm going to show more of this, but this is the current focus tree for Sweden. Some of the things might have changed since I played this like 3 weeks ago. But when you are playing as Sweden from the very beginning, what you're able to do is you are able to follow first after the Defense Act a path which allows you to choose between focusing on civilian construction or whether or not you want to go more military, because Sweden has some very specific bonuses that apply to them in the beginning that really boost civilian factory construction, but you could completely flip that, sacrifice your stability, and go hard into mill production. It really depends.
Oh god, no! Wait, you're playing Netherlands?
Yes. Didn't realize Lathe was playing Netherlands at first here going into this.
Right, listen, draft all the Indonesians, put them in your military. Win.
Yeah, so what you can see from the very beginning that I focused on here is that I just tried to build up some of my infrastructure and then build some civilian factories because already I was getting some insane bonuses to being able to build that.
Oh wait, that's why it's... I forgot to turn off day-night cycle.
And I did forget to turn off day-night cycle. Yeah, that did happen.
Yes. All right. I'm very proud of this military. I've got a grand total of 1 gun split among 300 people.
I was very proud of that military,
nice.
which is why I kept it, even though I probably should have deleted it.
That's the problem. Sweden's not exactly known for its spare population. Yes. I'm just here for the okay, Britain.
Britain at this point said that he was only here for the tea, like he didn't want anything else. He wasn't going to fight. He was just going to give us tea and other stuff to fight. Yeah. That was going to be a bit brutal.
Did you delete all of your civvies?
Okay, yeah. Here's the interesting thing that happened here, and I know that it's going to be weird that I'm pausing all these different times, but I have to say this. Germany, Feedback Gaming, decided to go with a very interesting strategy, and I'm sure he's going to be posting a video about it, by deleting apparently all of his civilian factories and only relying on construction that he was getting from specifically trading away his guns, just for the meme of it. I don't know why. He did it for the sake of... I don't know. It was a whole weird thing. I don't know why he did it, all right? From the very beginning, when you play as Sweden, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to choose who it is that is going to be leading your government, and you have multiple different bonuses so you can choose which guy you focus on, and I guess it affects your different stuff for politics, but I really need more time to be able to play around with it and see. The guy that I went here with the opposition party gave research bonuses, so that's what I wanted to go with.
Urbanization. Go ahead. All right. Request from Ethiopia.
Yeah, this was a bit of a weird thing that from the very beginning when I accepted Ethiopia. Yeah, that's going to come back and bite me later, as you're going to see.
Deals. Do we have to establish deals with countries to do so?
So the thing what I'm trying to look at right now is the market access and how things work with the new trade system. Because you can trade away your guns and other stuff in order to get bonuses towards construction. And in this case, well...
There it is. Auto accept. Yeah.
Well, once I had auto accepted and once I had got everything set up, this means that I would technically get access to all the other markets. And you can see from this image behind me of what it is that when you are trading away equipment, you're going to get specific bonuses to construction as the civilian factories that are utilized in order to purchase that will go towards you. but not on a one-to-one scale. No, instead this is something that applies from direct percentage points of factory construction. So that if one of your factories, as an example, was producing like, 20 towards your construction, then maybe you're getting an additional like 15 or so. But really, we'll see how that works once things actually get closer. Though, Norway had the very interesting idea of what if we just ended up buying all of Germany's guns so that he wouldn't be able to fight? Yeah.
We buy all of his guns. Arms through tyranny. Economic tyranny. We will buy up the entire country.
Buy up the entire country,
where's
folks.
America? We need them.
And then, of course, immediately, because this is a paradox game, everything had to desync and crash. Yeah, of course that had to happen. From the very beginning, I decided to go with dispersed industry because I figured that what I'm going to be doing is researching things very quickly, and I'm going to need to be able to produce as much as I possibly can while simultaneously potentially getting bombed because I'm not going to be able to rely on much allied air force. Also, this is the very interesting thing that I want to point out. What they are now going to be adding into the game is 2 systems of trucks, because no longer are you going to just have to research the first level of truck. Well, at least some are going to. Almost everyone is going to have access to an early truck that is slower and is a basic one, and then there is a more slightly advanced truck that is the standard truck that we have been using, meaning that countries that never had access to trucks in the beginning, a number of them are going to be able to have access to this early truck, which is a really nice change. That's a really nice change from the beginning.
Also, it feels kind of weird sitting here right now because usually what I'd be doing this exact moment is explaining everything that I'm doing. And
it was weird.
Like, there are 7 other people here. Plus everyone else that's surrounding at the same time.
And all the Paradox staff, yeah. It was a bit of a weird scenario.
Everything I have to do from the very beginning is just build an industry because it's all I can do. Urbanization, radial advanced. Actually, Sweden from the very beginning, starting out getting 20% research is pretty fast. That's pretty nice.
Yep, Sweden from the beginning getting some good research was pretty powerful. I was able to build the stuff up quite quickly. Only problem was I had no equipment or anything to do anything with, as I was talking about here.
Just a scarecrow standing in the middle of a field with a drawing of a gun taped to its shirt. It's one of those discount dollar stores, and it's like the final Reich final closing sale.
Germany was selling all of his guns. Oh, yeah. From the very beginning, Finland, who was being played by Dankus, decided that he was going to go fascist to get as many mill bonuses as he possibly could, and he did that extremely quickly. I'm not sure if they're actually going to end up fixing that by the time that the game ends up coming out here, but oh my god, did he do that quickly, because he figured out how to exploit it.
Oh, I'm really wishing I had a army leader that also gave speed. I need that.
Oh, yes, yes. So here's the thing as you're going to see from this video. I specifically had one idea. I had one goal over the course of this game, and that is that I wanted to create speed demon divisions. So I found in the Sweden focus tree that you can get a whole bunch of bonuses towards speed. And I figured, hey, I may not have the most powerful units, but what if I can stack them and create the fastest, craziest units possible? And oh boy, did we do that.
In order to be able to get it.
I really wanted the army maneuver guy here in order to be able to move faster.
And the one goal is to create a Swedish sports car, the likes of which the world has never seen. Volvo will reign.
Volvo, everyone. Volvo supremacy.
Like egg was wearing a toupee.
So what you can see over here is the difference of what I was talking about here, having to choose between defense above all or the other one, which I'm currently blocking the screen. But it's going to drastically affect how your construction bonuses work, as well as your war support, but hurting your stability. And you get to choose whether you go down the right or the left side multiple times for what it's going to affect you.
Applied to research. It generates by a sign. Okay, then I should have done that from the beginning, and I was not doing that. Great.
And what I'm talking about there is that in order to be able to apply things to your research, what you have to do, and what I'm talking about there is that in order to apply the company bonuses to your research, you have to actually choose to apply them when you are researching. So it's one of those things that you have to choose, because if you don't do it, you're not going to be able to dedicate any of your funds. You're not going to get more research funds. Oh yeah, the Soviet Union decided to invade Romania right here and basically take out the entirety of the Balkans, as well as like Turkey, in order to be able to secure as much as possible.
Oh, Oh, what?
Yeah, that hurt me right there.
Fascism, though?
Unfortunately, Sweden has a lot of events for dealing with things with potentially the rise of fascists and communists because of the proximity that it has to everything else. And so I was trying to protect my democracy as much as possible because that is the path that I wanted to go down. And, well, I ended up being hurt by there a little bit, which ended up delaying me. And I was forced to use something that I never have to use. From the very beginning of the game, I had to censor my politics. I had to use my 150 political power to do that, and I didn't want to do that.
Just wrecked my stability. No.
Oh, also stability, very key thing. If Sweden drops below 69% stability, which I think that was the number if I remember correctly, then yeah, I will enter into a hunger situation. Like I will actually enter and have a famine because Sweden's whole position economically there is very precarious. And it does not go away until you can get 45 factories, and I currently have 27. Yep, time to sell out my country to the Germans in order to get as many bonuses as possible. Yep.
I get bonuses, all right?
You gotta do what you gotta do, guys. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Number goes up. That's all that matters.
Now, from the very beginning here, what it is that I'm doing, you can see, is that I'm trying to get as many armor things researched as I can. And you're gonna see precisely why, because, oh man, is this gonna be spicy and fun. And I need to use my tank designer as much as possible. Oh, also, yeah, the Soviet Union took out everything in the South and the Balkans.
But what else? What else?
Which was absolutely disgusting, by the way. But they made Turkey and they also freed Kurdistan. Which, okay, you know, no, fair enough to them. But then also, for whatever reason, split Ukraine in two. I don't know why. Oh my God, I don't know what Taureor was doing here. It created awful border war.
I'm sorry, but the fact that the Moldovan Socialist Republic splits Ukraine on two sides is the ugliest thing I've seen.
It was so bad. I am realizing here at this point that I'm going to be able to help Finland when we go to war, because if they go and attack Finland first, I get some pretty damn good bonuses.
So I'm just realizing this now from the bonuses. Since you go partial mode at this point, that means 1938 Sweden, 20, 32, 40, 50, 60, 70% bonus to civilian construction.
You heard it right there, 70% bonus to civilian construction, and it is January 10th, 1938. And I already have 20 civs that I'm capable of using, which, for a country at that time to get that many bonuses to civilian factory construction, really, if Sweden didn't enter into a conflict until 1940, 1941, the amount of industry that they could build up by that time is insane, because factoring even more research bonuses in and potentially selling off equipment means that you can get some ludicrous bonuses to your construction. Here you can see an example of one of the industries that you have, your military industrial organization. That's what it is. And you can see the bonuses that you'd be able to potentially get by investing those funds into it, which is, at least some of them are small, some of them are actually pretty decent. Like in the case of towed artillery getting an extra 10% soft attack, that is incredible. And I'm just going through and trying to looking and see which ones I can utilize, because really there's only one of these MIOs that I really cared about, and that was the tank one, but we're going to be showing that here in a bit.
Perfection.
Yep, there goes Finland going and murdering even more stuff, so that's great.
Oh my God, it's my fault.
And then
I accepted them as a government in exile. It's my
Ethiopia is now trying to call us to arms because I accepted them as a government in exile. And I shouldn't have done that.
All right, Denmark, if I send this to you, what pops up? If I try to trade ball bearings?
Here I was trying to sell some ball bearings, and I realize I can get some somewhat decent bonuses, but really the only ones that get some big bonuses is actually the nation that I am trading with here myself, because in doing so, they can get some insane bonuses, like minus 8% cost towards tank construction. So if you're trading ball bearings with an ally, that's going to be great.
You gotta get out.
And I think we experienced another crash.
It wouldn't be a multiplayer game if there wasn't a crash. I mean, come on. It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Over the course of this, I was specifically trying to generate a leader that would be able to get the trait here to move faster, like division speed is my bonus, and unfortunately I couldn't get that. It was very saddening.
The trait. No. I took the trait that removes all.
I completely forgot that in order to get the guy that gets the maneuver bonus, you need to have someone that is a brilliant strategist. And I took the trait in the beginning of the game that increased the stats of all of my generals by 2 levels, but they don't have any starting traits. The best of the best one. So I couldn't do crap.
I need that, and then I need this, the Sami reconciliation.
This right here, though, you can see right here. I'm zooming in right here. I'm talking about it. This is the Sami reconciliation. This is one of the big bonuses that Sweden can get in the beginning of the game. If you are fighting in Finland or in northern Sweden in any of this territory, then this means that you are going to get a base plus 15% division speed to all of your troops. And if you have recon companies, you will get an additional 10% bonus movement in snow as well as forest tiles, and then 5% in hill and mountains. It's incredible. And I'm getting some ideas here of how I'm going to operate things. Over this, I'm looking at all the different military bonuses that Sweden can get, and to be honest, some of them are pretty powerful, like a plus 50% to your surrender limit, so that way you can continuously fight over all this varying territory that has no supply, and it's looking pretty good. But then the puns.
Save Norway. Not even a fancy name. It's just straight up Operation Save Norway. The cross we bear, because it's bearing all the crosses on your
Such
flags.
bad puns.
I hate you all. Just patting themselves on the back the entire time. I hate you all so much for that. Yes, if you don't have the DLC, you have neither death or dishonor.
The puns!
Yes.
I'm telling you, the puns. Okay. Trading away, trying to get as much of this as I can go for ball bearings because I want to secure manpower and I also want to secure stability. But unfortunately, I learned that it doesn't stack and the AI doesn't really want to work with me at many different points, which is unfortunate. Finland, as you can see, took the entirety of the Baltics here, so that was fun. That was fun. And I'm finally building up a military industry myself, because I finally have some bonuses towards building that. Here.
What is this? What is this division that just got created?
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Some of the divisions and units and things that get created from the focuses are weird and bad. I'm telling you that.
Motorized infantry. But it only moves 6 kilometers an hour, so what is the point in that? What? It has nothing. Just a 3-man turret and an anti-air gun. What is this?
Again, I don't know why it created such bad stuff. I don't know, guys. Don't look at me like that. It made some weird stuff. I'm gonna be making much better stuff. I promise you. You're gonna see some really good stuff, and that's what we're creating now. All right. As you can see, I'm creating the Volvo Supreme, or rather, we're going to we're gonna customize it a little bit more, right?
Hold on.
Right. Better yet. Volvo Vroom.
The Volvo Vroom.
Volvo Vroom. A tank that focuses almost exclusively on speed. That's it.
Okay.
That's all that I cared about. But if you go over here and you apply the MIO, you can already see the bonuses of what it built up here for speed. It decreased my armor because that's the bonus that Sweden gets, is it loses armor, but it gains speed. And it has the greatest tank unit design I've ever seen. Something even better than the Bob Semple. Yep, we're going to get more bonuses. You can already see right now. I'm looking at the speed bonuses. I'm looking at everything I can get.
I want to see this thing move. All right, I want to see this thing move once it actually goes.
I kept on getting comments that said, bro, every like 10 minutes, I kept on hearing this giggle coming over from your direction as I knew you discovered something more stupid. And yes, that's precisely what happened. I kept on giggling every time I found something because I was like, oh man, I'm going to do more. I found more speed bonuses. Like there was division organization in order to be able to get more speed. I went mobile warfare for that 10% bonus here. We were just going to continuously keep stacking it as I was trying to figure out what direction to go down.
But I'm able to get down to here.
And I decided in the end, looking between them, between mobile infantry and going down Blitzkrieg, is that even though I could get more breakthrough by going down Blitzkrieg, I can get 10% more bonus speed by going down the mobile infantry path. Which just means more speed bonuses since I was already going to get bonuses to my tank movement. And here we go, getting some light tanks developed.
No.
Yep. Discovered it again, pointing it out. Rapid response force.
Another 10%.
Another 10% bonus to armor speed.
No, I think that's 62.
I think at this point, when I was doing the math and calculating everything together, I had between like 50 to 62% bonus speed at this point. And it was it was getting really broken. Yep. You can see here from the very beginning what it is that I was building. 12.5 speed, and it's only going to get faster. This was not a good tank. It's not a good tank. It's just fast. That's all that it is. But we got to build more mills to be able to construct all of that.
I was thinking that those stability effects would stack. They don't.
Yeah, unfortunately,
So
the effects of what I was doing with ball bearings did not stack. Didn't work.
That's no, because I did it 2 times. So it also gets weaker. That's weird. That's actually not very powerful.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
All right. War time, maybe.
Here we go. Soviet Union declares war on Finland. Everything is about to break out. Got to make sure that I put my navy out here to be able to protect as much as possible. I'm hoping to stop a naval invasion. We're going to see how well that works out as everything kind of hits the fan on all sides. Now, at this point, because war breaks out, I'm talking way less in the video itself, and it's more so going to be me providing commentary about what happens. United Kingdom joins in on the war with Denmark. Everything is starting to break out on all sides. And meanwhile, I am still trying to fix up my industry and prepare the units that I need. And the MIO, you might have saw there at the bottom, got me 5% speed bonus again.
I'm trying. Now, genuinely actually wondering, should I send the trucks over? Order. Where should I send them?
At this point, I had built 5 elite truck divisions in order to try and protect as much as I could, and the Soviets just started moving in rapidly. Taureor was being real aggressive here, trying to battle plan and attack in as quickly as possible in order to overwhelm us. So I utilized some elite truck units in order to be able to encircle and hold off key division points as quickly as I could. So I tried to build up a defensive line, only to discover, he had either naval invaded or had rapidly moved into Norway as quickly as he could, and I had to deal with that now. Not a clean situation here. I was getting overwhelmed pretty quick, but at the very least, I was able to move in some trucks and protect a supply point that we needed to be able to hold. At the very last second, I managed to get them in there because my troops could still move fast.
Trucks.
This is where everything is breaking out. I'm trying to build a defensive line, build this up on all sides, and it's getting a little bit dicey. It's getting a little bit dicey. We're being pushed back in some areas, but I'm getting more bonuses to speed, and that's all that I care about.
That's all I care about.
All I care about, as I say.
Population.
Yep, fighting is breaking out all around us. I don't even remember what is happening at this point. Oh, yes, here I am. I'm modifying the Volvo Supreme, all right? We're modifying it by adding the light tanks. We're adding everything that I need to it, okay? We're gonna get those bonuses one way or another, damn it.
The Volvo Vrooms.
The Volvo Vrooms. Volvo Vrooms. I keep on showing them off. I'm so proud of these things. I'm dedicating my entire industry to this. I have 5 factories on guns, 21 on tanks, and I'm gonna get to 28. All I care about is producing as much of those as I can.
Oh my god,
and
wait. When did you add moose?
This is where I noticed something. I noticed that they added moose. I'm so happy with this. My Canadian moose divisions that I make of mechanized, the things that I love, they now have a moose symbol here, which is awesome. So I'm gonna be able to utilize that for future games, and I was so happy that I saw this.
Is that new?
I'm so happy.
Thank God. Canada's gonna be awesome now. Actually make my
Okay, starting to get pitch packs in some areas. I'm trying to send in as many troops as I can in order to be able to protect the border. It's getting a little bit dicey, but I think that we were able to hold. So I decided to start testing things and using my special divisions to push. Oh yeah. And then Germany went and killed Italy. I don't even remember why, but there was
Malta. Didn't you know?
There was an argument between Britain and Germany over controlling territory.
Sicily. They could watch everything happen. Of course they could see what's happening.
Like straight up they were arguing over who would control what. And Germany said, no, I'm taking everything.
Disgusting.
Okay, so here it is. I'm seeing some options that potentially I can start breaking through in some territory. And since Taureor wasn't able to micro all this, he wasn't paying attention to it as much, I'm able to use my rapid divisions, which get such insane bonuses. And look, I'm showing it right now. Hold on. Can I pause it? Hold on. I need to go back to it. So I can show. I got to show. So I'm moving into this territory. There's no reason that I should be moving this fast, okay? Look at these bonuses. I am moving 16 kilometers an hour. I'm getting plus 15% bonus for hills, plus another 10% for snow, 2.5 from my leader in hills, 5% bonus from flexible organization, 10% mobile warfare, 15% for the Sami trackers. And yes, I have minus 25% for snow and infrastructure, but if I remove the infrastructure bonuses, we're still talking about something where 15, let's see, 25, 30, 32.5, that is like plus 55% speed bonuses right there. It was just stacking. Like, no, it is so incredibly fast. And so I realized from this, I'm going to be able to move at such insane speeds, even when I should get no bonuses, and I'm able to move in and rapidly attack and potentially overwhelm everything that I come up against. Like, seriously, everything. And so as time goes on, I'm only going to be able to go and modify the Volvo rooms and make them more powerful. Yes, the tanks aren't going to have a lot of attack, but they are going to have speed. And so if I can get even one breakthrough in territory that has low supply, I'm going to be able to overwhelm everything and start surrounding their units and destroying them. And that's precisely what we're doing here.
We took 4 back. We got an already.
So there we go. Because I can move so quickly and they're moving so slowly, if I can break through on one side, I will be able to go up and wrap around everything. There we go, there we go. We were breaking through, We had just cut off almost the entirety of the Soviet forces in the north. Northern Norway was now going to be free. If I could just sweep through. We managed to do it. The Volvo rooms were working. There is no reason that I should be moving that quickly in mountains, but I was doing it. And as Finland started to break through in some other territories and that had low supply, this just means that the Volvo rooms were able to move up behind him and quickly surround the units and destroy them.
Yeah, just pour the rooms.
I don't even know how many kills I got at this point, but I was racking them up. Oh, but by this point, Germany was prepping for attacks on Denmark, and so I had to start preparing my forces down there. It was getting a little bit concerning there. And, oh yeah, they had already naval invaded the Netherlands and had managed to break through some spots. It was barely holding out at this point. And so Leith was over there trying to get me to come down and help in the Netherlands because he needed some support. All right, well, he wasn't even asking for me. He just needed some help. And so I went and got military access. And then I sent the Volvo rooms down into the Netherlands and completely surprised them. They had no idea that they were there. But yeah, once we had them, managed to break through, and just that little bit of armored support as soon as I was in on the side, that just allowed me to take them out.
Yes!
So proud. Volvo rooms! Netherlands manages to hold. 10 German divisions wiped out. And then what I try to do is move it on the side. We just wanted to move as rapidly as we could. He kept on telling me, go south, go south, go south, to this province, cut him off. And managed to reach through. The troops moved so quickly that they were able to just cut them off right there. We did it.
Overrun.
We took back a whole section of the Netherlands, doubling the amount of land that he controlled still. Oh yeah, and this entire time I have been fighting blind, so it's at this point that I go and send over a request for an attaché, because yeah, I need to be able to see what it is that I am freaking fighting, man. That's necessary. I tried to make a little bit of a breakthrough here in order to be able to see if we can encircle some divisions, but it wasn't working out, but at the very least we were able to hold as it is. Yeah, Germany ended up taking back a bunch of the other territory, but at the very least, we built up our defenses to be able to hold here. So that was something. We managed to hold that out at least. We were trying to do a little bit more, but Germany had taken out Belgium, so there wasn't really any hope for us to be able to push past. So I had to withdraw my forces.
No, right?
They were just so fast. They were so fast that the developers were coming over and watching what it is that I was doing, which was being stupid. And here we are, the advanced tanks. The advanced 12.9 base speed. We were just making even faster things.
I know, right? We hold here.
We held here. That's right. We held the Netherlands. All I'm doing is modifying the Volvo Supreme, making it even stronger, giving it more armor, more defense.
Oh.
And yeah, I can see that Denmark is getting attacked here again. It's going to try and hold, but it's a little bit of a tough cookie.
Whoa! Hey,
And then I noticed that for whatever reason, the Soviets were able to naval invade behind the Finns and then proceed to snake their way into Sweden. But also, here's where I noticed a weird thing. Yeah. When you strategically redeploy, your soldiers get 13 kilometers movement speed following along the train tracks. My troops were moving at 15 to 16 kilometers an hour. At one point, I even saw 18. So my tanks, the Volvo Vrooms, are able to move faster when it's not on strategic redeploy than it is on.
I move slower if I'm using strategic redeployment.
And the developers came over to watch this
Slower if I'm using strategic.
because they were like, how? That shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't be able to move faster when you're not redeploying. And I was able to do that.
Volvo rooms.
Volvo Rooms! All right, by this point, we noticed that the Soviets had to withdraw, or at least that the Finns had moved up their troops to be able to attack. So now I was able to customize my tank more and start moving them in to defend even further. This is a light tank with 87 armor, mind you. So I was very happy to create the Volvo Boom rather than the Volvo Room.
It's gotta be it.
And it had to use the best model. You have to use the best model in the game. It's beautiful.
Start moving.
I'm gonna make a full video of this that is gonna show exactly how I did this, but it's so dumb. It's so dumb and broken.
Bonuses in mountains.
I'm getting freaking movement bonuses in mountains for moving that quickly. It's insane.
As tanks.
I should not be able to move this fast, but I am. It's so dumb. It's so great. It's so dumb but great. I love it. I love it. And then as I am fighting over here in the Soviet Union, I hear an awful sound. I get naval invaded in the south. I'm very confused. I didn't realize this, but I lost naval superiority, which then resulted in the Soviet Union invading through the south. And this is where things got dicey real fast.
Holy shit.
It was a much bigger naval invasion than I thought. I thought it was only like 10 divisions. No, he had like 2 full armies. I think it was like 48 divisions that were stacked up in here. And I desperately had to bring my forces down to try and defend, and it was not working. It was not working at all. All allies were called into it at this point. This is the make or break moment. We had to be able to fight and hold here, and it was not working, and then everything crashed. So yes, the attack begins again. We're trying to desperately defend. It's not working though. All allies are rushing their forces in to defend as much as possible, but we are getting pushed back steadily over here. My manpower is dropping. It is getting worse and worse. The Germans are now involved in here, and it's not good. It's not good. I am running out of manpower as every person in my country gets slaughtered. It is a dicey situation. At this point, I wasn't even talking. I was just desperately trying to hold them as much as possible. So here we go and withdraw our forces. I try and take everything out because there's no way that I think that I'm going to be able to hold here. So I try and move out to defend Stockholm. It's getting real dicey. But then we notice something. We notice that their forces start to get a little bit spread out as they move upwards. So I quickly concentrate my forces. I move in the Volvo Rooms, and I go and isolate some of their units and destroy them. And as they move forward, that means that I'm able to take those units and attack, but unfortunately the Germans are spreading out everywhere. They are moving further and further up the line. I have lost a huge percentage of my country at this point, and I am desperately trying to defend as much of this territory as I can. It is not a good situation. Not a good situation at all. It is getting real dicey real fast. But we still have some of their units isolated, so we're trying to destroy as many of those as we can. It's real messy. At this point, even while I'm watching this, I'm trying to think about how the hell did this even happen in the first place. It's a massive, stupid mess. Yep, and as I move my tanks down into the south, I noticed that the Soviets naval invaded behind me again, and they took Stockholm. And at this point, I'm thinking, it's over. It's over. It's done. Like, we lost.
This would have been fine if I had actual fuel.
Like, I had no fuel at this point. All of my convoys were being raided. I wasn't getting access to any oil, and so I'm desperately trying to hold. But when I go and create my fallback line, it turns out that they leave Stockholm temporarily, which allows me to sweep in my forces, take Stockholm, and then from there, move forward into the north. So we managed to cut off all their divisions that launched that naval invasion, and then we cut off their supply. As soon as we cut off their supply, this means that almost all of their forces within Sweden get cut off, surrounded, and are able to then be killed, and we're able to break through. It is a desperate situation, and we actually managed to survive. This should not have happened, but it does. It's insane.
There we go. The manpower is back.
I got my manpower back. I'm able to move in and attack. It's just kill after kill, surround after surround. Like, it's brutal. It's brutal. So much slaughter is happening at this point, and this is the moment that truly breaks the Axis. Because, or I guess Axis, the unholy alliance between the Soviets and the Germans. They spent the majority of their forces specifically invading into Sweden and Norway, and we managed to break it. And then here we go. Here's a fine example of this. Soviet Union, you can see how fast my tank is moving. I have a singular tank that is just running donuts around the Soviets. It's insane. They move so quickly, and we're able to surround so many of their units so fast and just gradually begin to wipe out and consolidate down the line. Truly, this was the moment in which they were broken. There wasn't anything else that could be done on this side because the majority of equipment and everything had been lost, specifically trying to invade the Scandinavian countries. They just move so fast. They move so fast that I'm able to go and surround and then destroy more German units. I have just a split off group of tanks that is able to continuously harass things on the side. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Yeah, at this point, what it pretty much was clean up. We were creating as many pockets as we could. We were surrounding as many units as we could destroy. And there was nothing they could really do.
The fact that
Denmark held, though. Denmark and the Netherlands managed to hold out against Germany, which was something that was truly impressive. Very proud of them for doing that. It truly was something great. And now the Volva Vrooms and the Volva Booms were spreading their majesty all over the entirety of Europe. The last grand reserve of the Soviets held up in Sevastopol and Crimea. And my tanks managed to reach there just to try and kill as many as possible. It was truly wonderful. Oh yeah, German Civil War. I forgot that. This happened at the very end, right?
Wait,
okay, so the Netherlands, we didn't even realize this. Leith, just out of curiosity, went unaligned, not realizing that if he goes unaligned, there's that special monarchist path that causes him to create a civil war inside of Germany the moment that we begin to invade it. So quickly, Germany ends up spiraling because a civil war breaks out in the country. And it's just beautiful. And with that, the Soviet Union falls. The game is over. Officially, the Scandinavian countries are able to hold out against the Axis. They're able to hold out against Germany and the Soviets. And it's beautiful. That's the end. That was the end of the multiplayer game. Guys, I cannot wait to see what other people create in this game. It's something that is truly beautiful. And this, as you can see, was the multiplayer game of what we created, but I wasn't able to properly explain. Even now, me trying to do all this right now is really awkward. I had no idea what I was doing when I made this video in the first place, because I had no idea what the audio was going to end up sounding like. So I tried to explain as well as I could for what was going on. It was a beautiful, chaotic, messy thing, and I'm going to be explaining a lot more about the features in Arms Against Tyranny soon. I plan on doing some streams. We're going to be making some videos the moment that the embargo is lifted. It's a beautiful thing, and I can't wait to see what the other creators made at this time, because I'm going to be watching their videos to see things from their perspective too, because it was a beautiful, stupid little thing. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much. If you have any questions about anything with Arms Against Tyranny that you want answered, put them down in the comment section below. I'm going to be seeing if I can go through and answer some of these as I can, or at least when the information on the embargo is lifted, and then I can go in and actually start tackling some of this. But guys, there is so much more to come. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Goodbye, everyone.